So we're leaving the lovely town of Charikot and we're going to Jiri. Short ride today, should be just under 2 hours. The sun's out, weather's nice. I don't know what to expect from these roads. No idea, but we'll see. But yeah, I just had the fork seals replaced yesterday, so we got nice fresh suspension. And I'm going to get myself a new tyre, I think, when I get to Jiri. It's got plenty of tread on it. It's just had a repair done in the side wall, which I'm not too happy about. So for the sake of a tenner or whatever it is, I'm going to get that replaced when I get there today. Fingers crossed we get there on this tyre. Just the sense of freedom I have at the moment is incredible. I've got everything I own pretty much on the back of this motorbike. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've also got a tent and a sleeping bag on board. And I've been told that wild camping is more than possible out here. The only thing you got to watch out for is bears, tigers, leopards, rhinos, snakes, spiders. But people, absolutely fine. You're not going to get robbed. No one's going to come and disturb you. Apparently. I'm a bit nervous, to be fair, about just pitching up somewhere on my own in the middle of nowhere. But they insisted I brought this tent with me. I was like, no, I want to travel light. I don't want to take too much stuff. They were like, take it. Just pull up, set up your tent, and you'll have a great time. So, in the next few nights, because I think this is a good region to do it. There's not that many tigers around here. So one night in the next few nights, I'm going to try and do some wild camping. Absolutely glorious. It's such a nice day. Riding along in my t-shirt, pine forests, the roads are great condition. Look at this, man. Just, this is what dreams are made of, isn't it? So the place I'm going today, Jiri, is known as the Switzerland of Nepal. So we'll see if it lives up to its name. But it looks very beautiful on the map, looks green, lush. I thought we were quite high up in terms of altitude in Charikot, but we're not. We're just less than 2k meters. So it's actually pretty nice. That's why it's so warm. I mean, look at this, absolutely stunning. A little bit clearer today as well. Everyone's looking at me again today. Yesterday I had my coat on, my visor down, tinted visor. It's quite nice being stealth on this bike. You just look like a local, but now I've got my white forearms out on display and my eyes and nose poking out of the helmet. I'm blatantly a foreigner. I quite like being stealth, to be honest. Don't like drawing attention to myself, even if it's all positive attention. Oh man, this is stunning. I've got a couple of months of this. Right, we need to find a nice little smoke spot. And I haven't had any breakfast today, so I'm going to try and find somewhere to stop and eat on the way. It looks like there's a big bridge smack bang halfway on the journey today. And normally where there's a big bridge, there's like a little trading area. Seems to be normally loads of shops and stalls and fresh fruit and stuff on the bridges, either side of the bridges. I don't know why. But the bridges are sort of like significant landmarks on the roads out here. And every one I've crossed so far, there's been like a little market. So I'm not eating enough fruit. I'm going to try and find myself some fresh fruit, but I would like to have a little smoke first. Also, I'm well paranoid about smoking, and I'm being really careful and like making sure I keep myself to myself and hiding out of the way. But apparently outside of the cities it's basically legal, it's totally acceptable. People smoke it to praise Shiva, and I've seen it growing wild on the side of the road already out here. But you know, I don't want to upset anyone, I don't want to disrespect anyone, and old habits die hard. Growing up in England, sneaking around. But I must say, out here, like a lot of countries I've been to, people don't really get up in your business as long as you're keeping yourself to yourself. No one's going to come over to you and go, "What you doing? What's that you're smoking?" Like in England, people, you know, your next door neighbour will ring the police on you in England. But out here, if you're not bothering anyone, they don't tend to bother you, in my experience so far. Now this looks like a particularly beautiful stretch of road. I'm going to try and find somewhere here with a view, preferably. I mean, the geezer who helped me sort this bike out and lent me the tent, he was like, "Yeah, just pull up on the side of the road, smoke up, you'll be fine." So maybe I will. Such a nice day, man. I mean, it's pretty much my dream to come and live out here. I've been past so many houses that I'm just like, oh yeah, look at that. That's a bit of me. This looks like a decent spot to stop as well. Ta-da! Look at that. There's a little trail through the woods, some steps going down there, look. This is what you call a smoke spot, mate. Yeah man, the bike is serving me well so far. So I got the sleeping mat, the tent on board. You know, people say, "Oh, you need a bigger bike for all that luggage." You really don't, do you? Also, you got water bottle holders down here, little hook for your carrier bag. They're such practical bikes, man. Really happy with it so far. Right, smoke up. Smoke complete. Lovely little place for a smoke. I don't know what I can show on YouTube. I'm erring on the side of caution. Keeping it to myself for now. I always feel like I've forgotten something when I pull off. I'm pretty sure I got everything. So straight shot now to the bridge. Should be about 45 minutes. And then try and find something to eat there. Now, by the way, in Nepal, there's a zero tolerance for drink driving. They do have breathalyzers, and you can't have any alcohol in your system whatsoever. It's not like in Europe where you can have a pint and drive. You can't have anything at all. And when there's festivals and parties going on, the police set up roadblocks and they do breathalyze people. So drink driving is a big no-no out here. Just don't even touch it, it's not worth it. So I did actually get stopped by the police yesterday when I was having a little cruise around the town. Just on the edge of town there was a roadblock. They asked me to stop. I took my helmet off. They asked me where I was from. As soon as I said UK, I was reaching in my bag to get the paperwork out, and he just said go, 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 and they waved me on, which is a good sign. I think as soon as they realise you're a tourist, they send you on your way. Unlike a lot of countries I've travelled to, as soon as they realise you're a tourist, they find a reason to take money off you. Now, I haven't actually got my international licence. I've got my UK licence, and technically you need the international licence in Nepal. But the police seem pretty chill, and there's no reason so far that I've seen that they're going to stop me and ask for it. So hopefully we continue as we've been and we get waved through without hindrance. But I've been told if I do get stopped for not having the international licence, it's going to be 1,000 rupees fine and I'll be on my way, so it's not the end of the world. I've actually got no brake lights as well and no headlights. There's still a few things I need to sort out with the bike. These roads are so, this road's smooth, but generally the roads are so rough. You bump around so much, every time you go out on the bike something else breaks on it. So I've got a brake light to fix, headlight to fix. I've got full beams but no headlight. As I said, the tyre could do with replacing, but hopefully I'll get today out of it. But the engine seems alright, the brakes are alright, clutch is alright. But I've probably got about 1,000 miles to cover, so no doubt it's going to be basically a new bike by the time I've finished. Got these lads in front riding in a group. The only thing I'm worried about being on my own is if I do get a puncture, which is quite likely, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I could flag someone down and get a lift to the next town and get it repaired. I've got the tools on board to take the wheel off. But what do I do with my bag? Do I just leave it on the side of the road? I can't carry all this. So fingers crossed we're all right. So I would like to get a new tyre, and maybe if I can get a kit, a repair kit and a pump. But that's my biggest concern, is getting a puncture. This is a bridge here. I don't know whether it's the bridge I'm hoping for. Seems like I've arrived a little bit early. Pull over and have a look. Well, it is the bridge. I'm not really hungry yet. I'm just going to get some fruit. Just got royally ripped off for these apples. 2 apples, 2 bananas, £2.50. I ain't having that. Carrier bag storage. There's nowhere to really eat here either. Fruit, drinks. There's no restaurant. Right, I know that we've got to veer left shortly after crossing the bridge to get to Jiri. Hopefully there's a left coming up. Oh, there's a sign, Jiri. So we came all down the side of the mountain to get to that bridge, and now I'm guessing we're going all back up the other side. Forget it's a 125. Does struggle up the hills. So these have got carburetors rather than injection, and they're also air cooled. There's no coolant. So they sound pretty beefy for a 125. Especially when there's a bit of engine damage and a hole in the exhaust, they sound even better. I've just passed another sign, 35k to Jiri, and I reckon we're averaging about 35 kilometres an hour, to be honest, so it's probably going to be about an hour. Taking it easy, soaking up the scenery. And this sun is absolutely glorious. Summer has begun in Nepal. Just gone from spring to summer. And I'm going to some pretty low-lying areas out in the east, so it's going to be really hot and muggy. Look at these views, man. There's the bridge down there that we just crossed. Lorries and goats, people beating wheat in the street. You don't know what's going to be around the corner, man. That's why you got to go slow. in any rush. Passing through the village of Namdu. I reckon pretty much every 5 to 10k you've got somewhere where you can repair your motorbike, get a drink, get a cigarette, get a snack. It's actually pretty good. I don't think you could be too stranded out here, and everyone's so helpful as well. Mate, this is a fairly developed town, painted roads and everything. We've got about 20k to go. Definitely feels underpowered. I know it's only a 150, but something's not quite right. Probably needs carbs cleaning. Right, I'm going to stop once more before we get there. It is about 20k. Banana, apple, drink of water and a smoke is what I fancy. Find somewhere to stop. There's definitely something wrong with this engine, man. Feels underpowered. I reckon it's carbs. The fuel is absolutely filthy out here apparently. The only people that get clean fuel are the army and the police, and they've got their own fuel stations. Everyone else gets terrible fuel. They cut it, they mix it, it gets contaminated, there's water in it. Probably only a £5 to get the carbs cleaned. See if I can get that done as well. Lovely place to stop for a quick apple. The banana was horrible, but the apples are banging. Nepal is actually famous for apples. Some of the best in the world. Beautiful. "40 minutes to go and find a hotel, find some lunch. Life is good, mate. I'm beginning to see why they call it the Switzerland of Nepal. There's cows, there's pine forests. It smells absolutely gorgeous around here. It's been a really nice ride today. The roads have been like this all the way. Look at these views, man. Getting pretty close now. It might even be that town down there. We're about 10 minutes away. I've just noticed that the mileage isn't going up on the bike. It's stuck at 29,790 kilometers, so I've got no idea what the true mileage is. I only just noticed that. I noticed that the speedo's not working, the fuel gauge isn't working, but I've just noticed that the mileage isn't going up either. Oh well, still goes along the road, doesn't it? Oh, that looks like a town down there, look. This looks like it, man. I'm absolutely starving. It's such a nice day. I'm gonna find somewhere, yeah, Jiri. Find somewhere to sit outside and have a bit of lunch. Oh man, this is beautiful. What a beautiful place. Never even heard of it, have you? Welcome to all the riders in Jiri Mania. This is a gorgeous little place, man. The town I was in yesterday was a bit of a dusty, dingy, not a very pretty town. This, it looks beautiful. Oh, samosas, mate. Samosas, that's what I'm going for. Samosas have been spotted. They're in a big pile, which might mean that they're fresh.
मेरो साथी पनि 15-20% मात्रै देख्न सक्ने व्यक्ति हामी दुःख सङ्घर्ष गर्दै आएका छौँ भन्दै स्वीकार्नुहोस् यो साङ्गीतिक आवाज यहाँको लागि।
Yeah, two samosas. Hello. Lovely little town.
It's always a gamble how fresh they are. These ones are really hot. Got a cup of tea on the way as well. I can literally taste the butter in the pastry of this samosa. It's absolutely unbelievable. Banging.
Mate, 2 samosas and a cup of tea and a pastry was 80 rupees, which is 44p. I was in disbelief, and I had to hang around for a little bit outside expecting him to call me back like, no, you've misunderstood. It's 800 rupees. But no, 80 rupees, 44p. I don't even know how they've produced it for that or managed to make any profit, but it gives you an idea of how cheap it is out here. Right, this hotel, Hotel Paris, is the one that I've been recommended by the guy at the last hotel I stayed at. It's probably his brother or cousin or something, but it looks alright to be fair. Just going to do a little loop of the high street and I'll probably stay there. £44p, man, for all that. It doesn't make any sense. Can't even boil a kettle for that in England, let alone make a brew. Yeah, I think that's the hotel. What does it look like from behind? I think it's that blue one there. Yeah, mate, that'll do.
So this room's about £6 a night, which is much better than last night. Little bathroom, double bed, 13-inch TV. And a little private balcony, mate. How lovely. Jiri, lovely.